We have our research team joining in with what the trade setup looks like, the stock that are likely to be in the news, and the action from the F&O space as well. Hi guys, a very good morning to all of you and festive greetings as well. But Vivek, let me come across to you first. What is the market setup looking like today?
Well, good morning. We are actually looking at a very mixed set of cues. Globally, the handover hasn't been very good. U.S. markets, like you mentioned, have closed lower, and the U.S. Treasury yield continues to gain strength at a 14-year high. European markets, a very volatile trading session, especially U.K. markets, after the shock resignation of the PM. So that, despite that, European markets managed to end on a strong footing. When you're talking about gold prices were little changed, so some stability after a two-day volatile move as far as gold prices were concerned. Crude oil prices, again, flat to marginally higher. You actually saw WTI futures end higher by around 0.5%, and Brent futures too were marginally up in the session. When you're talking about the Indian markets, Q2 results, whole host of results that came post-market hours yesterday, markets will react to that, and also some very big and large cap Nifty names with a lot of weightage as far as the Nifty is concerned will also deliver results today. Reliance Industries, Hindustan Unilever, Bajaj Finserv, JSW Steel, Ambuja. These are some of the stocks to keep on the radar on the back of results today. Remember, the rupees and other worry as far as Indian markets are concerned. It will be important to track, how the rupee moves. And also, when you're talking about Asian markets have seen a slight rebound as far as the trading session is concerned. But LGX Nifty at this point of time is indicating a minor downtick as far as the Indian market open is concerned.
Oh yes, Vivek, thank you so much for all those cues. Surbhi is joining us now to list out all the stocks that will be in focus today. Surbhi?
Quite a few result reactions to track today. The first one is Axis Bank reported very strong numbers. The NII growth came in at 10.4% sequentially, the best in 26 quarters. CASA ratio came in at 46.2%, highest in 4 years. Bajaj Finance, the numbers were pretty much in line with estimates. The new loans declined sharply on a sequential basis. AUM saw a growth on a year-on-year basis. It was the best in 11 quarters. ITC, all segments did well on both revenue and EBIT front. Cigarette volumes came in at 20% versus a poll of just 14 to 15%. Tata Consumer Products, again, largely in line with expectations. Revenue came in at 3,363 crores and EBITDA at 434 crores. United Breweries, revenue misses poll estimates, but EBITDA was up 32% on a year-on-year basis and the PAT was up 68%. Shriram Transport Finance, highest ever quarterly dispersals. Dispersals were up 20% on a year-on-year basis. Aarti Drugs, this saw strong revenue growth. The margins were, however, flat sequentially and weak on a year-on-year basis. Dixon Tech, the revenue was up 38% and the EBITDA was up 33% at 146 crores. Lastly, Yes Bank, the CCI, Competition Commission of India, approves Carlyle and Advin's acquisition of up to 10% stake each in Yes Bank. A lot of results to track today. Of course, HDFC Life, SBI Life, HUL and Reliance.
Okay, that is a long list of stocks that will be in focus. Surbhi, thank you so much for that. And finally, let's go across to Mangalam, joining in with all the cues from the F&O space this morning. Hey, Mangalam.
Good morning. So, yesterday was a good day of trade. That's primarily because we started week on week global cues, and after that, we recovered from lows. And there were three factors that really led to that recovery. One, towards the end of the trading session, we saw the rupee strengthen from previous days' lows. Secondly, it was weekly options expiry. So, positions were made towards the Nifty expiry closer to that 17,500 mark. Above that, we saw some short covering. And thirdly, because the rupee is trending, we also saw the FIIs buy in cash market after 3-4 sessions of selling. So yesterday, they bought almost 1,865 odd crores. The FIIs and DIIs reversed their roles, and the net inflows were still about 1,000 crores positive. But the FIIs sold in index futures as well. In fact, they added around 22,000 shorts as against 3,000 longs, and that's because at higher levels, we've been seeing some resistances. In fact, the FII shorts are now 73% as against 70%. And if you just take a look at the last couple of days, levels closer to that 17,600 is where we're facing a fair amount of resistance. 17,608 on October 19th and 17,584 yesterday itself. The SGX Nifty is indicating a start around that 50-day moving average. The question is whether this dip will be bought into or not, because over the last 3 trading sessions, dips towards 17,400 to 17,450 are being bought into, and that has been the lows of the last 3 trading sessions as well. What could support the index today? We have ITC and Axis Bank both weighty stocks on the Nifty as well as the Nifty Bank, and both of them come up with good results. And post-close today, we have Reliance in HUL, and we are looking at a 3-day weekend as well. So there could be some pre-positioning in these stocks as well. So short point, levels closer to that 17,400 as support, and levels closer to that 17,600 could be a bit of a congestion zone.